Shiver me timbers.
Ahoy everybody, this is Ace Van Ben. Welcome back to tournament number 3. And this is going to be game 4 between Ultra Abuse and Kill That UPS. Game 4 necessary because game 2 was a bit of a wash with the rules question that I botched a little bit. So we're going to do game 4. So essentially the series is tied 1-1. So whoever wins this game, barring any weird fluky outcomes or potential additional rules questions, whoever wins this game, I intend to have them advance 2-1 in the series and go on to the finals to face HMS GT UPS. So we're going to get started here, and just like before, we'll go red die for Kill That UPS, black for Ultra Abuse. So we'll see who goes first in this rubber match, and it's going to be Ultra Abuse. So they're happy to be going first. I noticed that in games 1 and 3, the ones that actually count in the series, whoever went first won. So we'll see if Ultra Abuse can take advantage of that here, but that remains to be seen. So we'll place islands, and Kill Out UPS is going to vote for Isles of Fire to be used because they want the potential of these volcanoes to erupt, and there's a chance they would erupt and destroy the Ultra or the Loa. So they're going to vote for those to be included, and Ultra Abuse is going to vote against that. So I'm going to do a roll-off per Wolf's original answer about it in the rules thread that I've been going with just to be consistent throughout the tournament with the same rule. So here we go. Tied up at 4 so far. So we'll go again. And Kill That UPS gets what they want. So we will include Isles of Fire, which means we're going to have to do a random roll-off per each island that gets placed in the island setup. So 1 through 6, left to right, Ultra Abuse, they go first. So they're going to choose, or they're going to randomly choose the first island with a 1. It's an Isle of Fire. So here we go. All right, so they want islands 3L apart. They actually want minimum distance, so Haipeng can bounce from one to another in one move action with Micron and her Mach speed. And Kill Out UPS wants maximum 6L distance, so we'll see how that shakes out here. Based on that, I think Ultra Abuse should place one basically in like a central location. So if they go on the corner, it's easier throughout the island distribution for their fleet to go like stay on the edges and stuff like that, and also to have them 6L apart. So they're going to place one, I want to say they're going to go up north actually, and this has to be a wild island. That's another aspect of this. So I think they might, actually I don't think they're going to go in the middle. I'm going to go up here. So like this northwest corner can't have an island like 6L up here. That would only be about 3L. So they're going to go kind of try to close off some sections of the map. So that's going to be their selection. So we'll go with the Dragon Fleet, which is what I'll refer to Kill That UPS as. It's a 5. So they're going to place a regular island. So 2 out of these 3 regulars will be the home islands. So that's important to understand as well, because the volcanoes, the Isles of Fire, cannot be chosen as home islands. So we're gonna go 6L away, I think in the northeast direction. So that's 4, 5, 6. So we're gonna go right about there for that one, in basically far northeast corner. So now 1 through 4 at the bottom, Ultra Abuse going for their second island. They get another 1. So an Isle of Fire. So they get to place another Isle of Fire, which is basically a wild island. So they're going to go 3L away from something that's already been placed. So I think they're going to go kind of in between these, but still start making their way south a bit. They just want to fill in some of the gaps between islands pretty much. But they do still want these to be relatively close. So they're going to go about 3L there, and then I'm going to move this up a little bit. So they're going to go, yeah, they still want these pretty close overall. So that's about 3L and a tiny bit too close there. So let's move it down a tiny bit. All right, they like that placement. Now we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 across the bottom for the 4th island. So, okay, so far, the fleet that didn't want volcanoes are placing all of them. We'll see if that continues in the last round. This will be the second regular island placed by the Dragon Fleet that voted for the Isles of Fire in the first place. So, I think they'll probably go from the last one and go 6L here. The nice thing is they know, as player 2, they can place the last island. They got to try to make sure it's placed 6L away. That could be tough. But they're probably either going to go way in the southeast corner with this one, or they could go from that one, go down here, knowing that the other fleet will probably place their last one, 3L, from whichever they don't pick, and then they would place, either way, their last island's probably going to be in one of the corners, southwest or southeast. So I think they'll go 6L in this direction, and yeah, I think they'll go on the edge here. So that's 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's fine. So 6L there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, or no, 1 through 3, 4 through 6. For island number 5, Alter Abuse, their last island. And yep, so they get a 3. So they get to place, they're placing all 3 Isles of Fire. It's kind of odd. Okay, so this is where the meta might get a little more complex. So they know that this is a wild island. They know their opponent is going to choose where they go, and they might make some kind of interesting selection based on that. They could go due west from this island, but then that would make it harder for the last island to be 6L away. They know their opponent is going to choose their home island, and they're going to have kind of an ugly choice either way. They could even go something like that and have all the wild islands, or most of them, in the middle. But knowing that the last island will be placed by the other fleet and will be a regular island that could be a home island, they might go more in the south. Because the enemy, wow, they might have a decent home island location no matter what. Alter Abuse, I think they kind of like their setup so far. Because if they go here, if they get picked to go there, they'll have easy access to these 2, realistically. And if they get picked to go here, they could have easy access to 2 wild islands as well. So then they just have to figure out if they want to try to think about gamifying, placing one kind of more here, because then if the last island was placed on the edge as far away as possible, they would, and even if they got picked to go there, they would still be able to hidden cove here. I think the reason they're gonna put this one a little bit farther north is because Hidden Cove is the nearest unexplored wild island, and they wanna be able to hidden cove to a wild island that's also 1 move action, or basically less than LSLS, the Haipeng's 1 move action speed, away from another wild island. So like they'd like to hidden cove out to this island, or something that's in range of one of these 2 with hidden cove. So therefore, I think they might go something like this. So then, no matter which of the 3, let's say the last island is placed like in the southwest corner, no matter what, Alter Abuse would be able to hidden cove whichever home island they end up with of those 3 potentially. They'd be able to hidden cove out to a wild island that's within 1 move action of another wild island. Because they're most likely going to try to explore 2 islands on the first turn. So then they theoretically have a 50% chance of finding the Ultra Loa by doing that, and finding, seeing 8 coins out of 16 on the first round. So I think they're going to do that. So I think they're going to place this one here. They might end up with a home island in the southwest there, but I guess they could place this one a little bit farther away. I guess they could go here. If they go here, it won't really matter. I think they might do that actually, make it more concentrated. That might make it easier for Bloody Jewel to find what she needs as well. Interesting. Of course, the other fleet, they could maybe. Problem is, see, this is where the meta gets crazy. Because the other fleet, if they do this, the other fleet might be able to fit this one here, and then pick this as Alter's home island, And then, well, that would be fine, because then they could still hidden cove here. They don't have to hidden cove to an Isle of Fire. You know, they could, yeah, because then they could just pick the Dragon Fleet to go there. So I think either way it works out. So yeah, I think they'll just go here. It's always kind of debatable how much this island terrain meta analysis really matters. So I think they'll make a decision here. End up having this one 3L away from both of these. I want to make sure it's no more than 3L. All right, that one looks about perfect. So yeah, that looks good there. Okay, so last island, only one left. Doesn't have to be random. As a result, so the Dragon Fleet is going to place it. I think they will do 6L away, and they're going to hope to get their terrain roll basically. Because they're going to vote for a low number of terrain because whirlpools will probably help the Altar Fleet more than the Dragon Fleet. So they're probably going to vote for a low number of terrain and hope that no whirlpools are near this last island, which they will pretty much definitely pick as the enemy home island. So yeah, they're going to go 6L into the southwest corner here. So 4, 5, 6. Place that right there. And make sure, okay, yeah, so you can see the whole setup pretty much. Awesome. So that takes care of the islands, and now we'll go to terrain. So player 1 is Altar Abuse. So they're going to propose their number first. They're going to propose, I know they want like probably 3 whirlpools, 2 fogs, and a reef. But yeah, they'll propose 6 and kill that UPS. We'll propose, I think just 1. Yeah, they don't really want whirlpools, so they're only going to propose 1 per player. So we'll see who gets what they want. It's the big roll for terrain here. Okay, so Altar Abuse gets what they want once again. So 6 terrain, or 5, I should say. 5 placed per player, and get this set up here. So ironically, they probably will put a whirlpool out there first. So, okay. So, yeah, we're gonna do whirlpools in abundance here. Probably gonna go with 1 right here, because they anticipate the enemy coming in here, and that way the enemy can't put a Sargasso Sea right in that same exact spot. So they kind of like that. They kind of like that placement there. And let me just finish resorting these terrain. I had a little pile explosion there. So the Dragon Fleet, they're not too happy about the terrain setup being that numerous, but they'll make do with it and put some Sargasso Seas out there. And I don't think we're gonna have any terrain in the far west, probably. So I'm just gonna display them out there so they're easy to access. So Dragon Fleet, yeah, they know they're gonna probably put the enemy there. I mean, with the whirlpools, I could maybe put them here and then put Sargasso. Yeah, they might do that. They're at least gonna put a Sargasso here. Keep their options open with the enemy home island. So, all right, round 2 of terrain. Altar Abuse, definitely gonna go with another whirlpool. So, might as well place it between islands. Yeah, they're gonna do a 3rd whirlpool as well. So, yeah, they're gonna go. Could go here, and then Hai Peng would probably have access to any of those 3 from that whirlpool. I think they might try that to start, actually. Yeah. And then Bloody Jewel might. I think Bloody Jewel with 1 action out of the whirlpool could get to any of those 3 as well. So they're going to go there. Another Sargasso going to be laid down by the enemy fleet. And they're going to plop 1. They're going to go here. They're going to start trying to disrupt some of these trade lanes a bit. Put some obstacles in the way. It's debatable. They should place it in the way of the whirlpool or on the way to the islands. I think because of Hidden Cove, they'll go here. So more on the island route than the whirlpool route. So okay, probably. I think the other fleet's gonna. I don't know if they should do another whirlpool next, or they might go with the. They might start on the fog and reefs. It's probably just gonna be 1 reef. I think they'll wait on the reef. They might do that last. think they might go fog next. No, I don't know if they even want a fog bank. They might do 4 whirlpools. So, actually, I did vote for 6, I think. So yeah, 6 per player would be better for the Ultra fleet. So with 6 per player, that helps Ultra Abuse be more aggressive. Probably 3 whirlpools, 2 fogs, 1 reef. They could do 4 whirlpools, 1 fog, 1 reef. So they're thinking about that too. I think they're going to go with a whirlpool. I think they want to have more access to some of these. Yeah, I think they're going to go. No, they might pick that as an enemy home island though. So I think they'll go here. They'll go us away from that. So yeah, so they'll try a 3rd whirlpool there. So, and then the Dragon Fleet, we're going to do a Sargasso Sea again. I think we're going to place it in between some wild islands again. So us away from this one and that whirlpool. And go to the 4th round of terrain. Ultra Abuse is going to do a fog bank, and they're probably going to put it near some wild islands, but a little bit farther out. I think they're going to go here. So I kind of want it on the way home. It might end up there as a home island, so could place it in between, but I think they'll place it closer to the islands. I think they're going to put it pretty close actually to this other stuff. So they might be able to reach it from this island in 1 move action. So that looks fine. And the Dragon Fleet, they're thinking about maybe changing up the type of terrain, but I don't think there's much point. Because there's already going to be whirlpools out there. They might benefit from those. They don't really want to add any more. I don't think they want icebergs or fog or reefs. So they'll do another Sargasso. They might just do 6 of those. We'll see how it turns out towards the end. But I think they'll do one. They'll do 1 in between these islands as well. So that's away from there. And yeah, that looks good. And then, okay, so it's 4 each, I think. 4, yeah, it's 8 total. So 2 more rounds of terrain. So now I think Ultra Abuse, I think they might actually do, I think they are going to do a 4th whirlpool. I think they want another one. They're going to go up here with it. They're going to go S away from here. They don't want Hyena to be able to reach it with 1 action if they get their home island here. So we're going to go there, S away from that Sargasso near both of those islands. Yeah, that looks fine. And then another Sargasso, the Dragon Fleet, their 5th overall. And I'm going to put it somewhere. It's tough to get in the way now because of the S restriction. It's hard to actually place it super far away, or super in the way, I should say. They might actually not go Sargasso. They're starting to see the writing on the wall that the enemy fleet might end up with a home island near a whirlpool, but I think they might actually not pick the enemy fleet to go in the southwest because the whirlpools just make it the distance kind of a joke. So I think they're actually gonna pick the enemy fleet to go here, or maybe here, when they choose the enemy home island, because I think that might be a better choice, especially given Bloody Jewel. So in that case, maybe they will do a Sargasso. Just a matter of where. There's a lot of kind of running out of like good places to put obstacles because of that S restriction. There's only so many spots that are not within S. I suppose this could work, making this route a little bit harder. Yeah, I think they're going to go try this. Because then this whirlpool to this island is slightly more blocked. I'm going to go as close as possible here. S away there. All right. And now, okay, so 4, 5. So that's 10 total. So last round of terrain, and there's still no reefs. So the Ultra Abuse fleet, they will do a reef as they had planned, and this is just to potentially reef the enemy fleet if they get the Ultra the Loa. They'd love to put the enemy probably right here or maybe there. So in that case, probably put the reef in between those, maybe somewhere off to the side a little bit. Yeah, they don't know which one they'll be able to pick as the enemy home island, so they'll just put it there. So, okay. And now the last terrain is placed by the Dragon Fleet. So they think they're probably going to put the enemy here so that Bloody Jewel has harder access to whirlpools. I think that's a good idea for them. Therefore, they anticipate the enemy putting them in the northeast probably, because then this this island would still be accessible, of course, in the southwest via whirlpool, if that's not chosen. But yeah. So I guess if that's going to be, I mean, that's what happens next, is they get to pick enemy home island. So I think they're gonna secure that as an enemy home island location here, and maybe put a Sargasso as a result. It's probably not gonna be relevant though. Maybe they'll just go in between. This one could almost be placed here. It's tough though, because as soon as you move it S away from the island, it's within S of this Sargasso. So they have to move it offset a little bit. I think they might still do that though. Yeah, I think they're still going to do that. Or they could go this side of the whirlpool. They might try that actually. Then if Bloody Jewel comes this way, you have to go around it. You probably will get there with 2 actions anyway, but yeah, I think they'll go there. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that is 6 terrain per player. Got our full setup here. And based on who goes first in the terrain matchup, it seems Ultra Abuse might have the advantage, but the all-important treasure distribution will have probably a lot to say about that. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. We're choosing home islands, and player 1 chooses home island of player 1. They're going to go. Player 2 is going to choose them to go there. So we're going to place their ships. Probably do Patagonia in the south corner, and anticipate hidden coving the Hai Peng, and then maybe being able to go to another island. So they'll put her there, Bloody Jewel, like on the north side there. And then they'll put the enemy, they only have 2 choices, so southwest or northeast. So they don't really want Hyena to have really easy access to that whirlpool. So they're gonna go put them in the northeast to try to slow them down a tiny bit. And once again, as in the previous games, HMS Rai is the proxy for Patagonia in the Dragon fleet to kill that UPS fleet. So Hyena is gonna start there. Angelica and Patagonia will be in the corner, basically. So that looks pretty good there. Now we get to placing crew. So player 1, Ultra Abuse, they have their +5, Bradley. They're going to stick to their plan as they've done in the past. Their +5 is going to be a face down hidden cove for 2 points, and then 3 1-point crew, explorer, and 2 oarsmen on the Bloody Jewel, basically sack fodder for the altar. And the other fleet is they're gonna stick to their guns as well. With their Bradley +5, they're gonna bring in Captain, Explorer, Oarsman on the Hyena to keep her pretty dangerous ship here. I don't really think it would be better to go with Becalmed or Lawrence or anything, so they're gonna stick to their default +5s. I think that's probably best here. So with that, we get to placing treasure, and it's gonna be the same as the previous games. So you can find the fleets in the, or at least I guess the previous 2 games, I think. And you can find the fleets in the description below as usual. They're on PSM list. So 654 for the Ultra fleet, along with, of course, Alter the Loa, Abandoned Oarsman, sack food for it. And then Marksman's Map, Maps of Alexandria, Pirate Globe are all basically just designed to help them find the Alter faster. And then for the Dragon Fleet, they've got 3 5s for their main contribution, negative UTs of Natives, Wolves, and Plague. And then now they've added Karmic Idol and Piratic Codex as eliminators, which differs from their fleet on PSM lists, basically because they want to eliminate the Alter of the Loa. So I'll mix those up, 4 per island, then we'll be ready to go. All right, here we go. So game 4, ready to begin. And chess clock is not an in-game condition, but just to help me try to get through things faster. Left clock is going to be for player 1, Alter Abuse. Right clock for kill that UPS Dragon Fleet. So starting things out, we have to roll for the Isles of Fire right away. So we're going to generally go clockwise. So I'll probably go northwest, northeast, south for those. So each one, if you roll a 6, random treasure gets eliminated from that island. So, okay, so right away, before any actions are taken, we have a treasure. An anonymous treasure will be eliminated via this volcanic eruption. So this one is going to be the northern island. So on a result of 6, randomly eliminate 1 treasure coin from this island, going left to right, 1 through 4. So 3, no idea what it is. So that one's gone. And now we'll roll for this last one in the south, nothing. So now Alter Abuse will start their turn, and we're going to immediately flip Hidden Cove and get the High Peng started on this exploratory party which is about to go on. So nearest unexplored wild island is right here. Just going to dock, I think right there probably. Let me think about if she can get to this other island after she redocks. So I think so. Yeah, it's tight. It's close. I don't think she'll have a better route going this way. So actually she will. Okay. So she'll dock there. That's fine. You can see she's gonna have a better route going to the east side of the island. So she'll redock. She's gonna flip to get a third move segment. She's gonna flip Black Bart Bartholomew Roberts, get that plus L bonus. She might be using him this turn anyway, with his treasure trading ability. Now she's gonna flip Explorer, and we're gonna mark it Explored token, and here we go. So first island of the treasure distribution. Okay, nothing crazy. No alter, but they did get the Codex. So 2 5s, Abandoned Oarsman, and Pirata Codex. So the Codex is the only one that the enemy fleet will see. So that one gets revealed, and they could trade it, but I don't think they want to. So the Codex says, when revealed, remove all face-up unique treasure from the game. Such unique treasure change the value of a treasure coin. That coin regains its printed value. So it's one of the eliminators, the enemy fleet included. And I think the reason they don't want to trade is because, first of all, they might get Plague or Natives in return, and then that would pretty much sink their game, most likely. And also, if they trade away the Codex, they might find it later at the same island they find the altar at. And then if we have a repeat of game 3, they could find the Codex and the idol at the same time, which would knock out the altar. So I think they'd rather just have the Codex apply now, eliminate nothing, and then it's gone for the rest of the game. So they're going to do that. So the Codex gets loaded, applies, there's no face treasure in the game, so nothing happens. And now they're going to load. They only have 1 cargo space, so they will, it's kind of debatable actually. They could load the Oarsman. Then High Peng, if she does find the altar at this next island, actually she probably shouldn't go to that island because Hyena might hit her. Problem is that they need to explore another island no matter what, basically. So, yeah, this might not work out too well for Alter Abuse. The dragon is looming. So, but they couldn't have gotten, I'm just worried they're going to get hit hard right here. But the problem is the less islands they explore, the less chance they have at finding the altar. A lot of this matchup comes down to like treasure distribution and first round logistics. Because if they don't find it, they're probably going to get slammed, and it's going to be hard to recover. So they might gamble and trade with this island. If there's no altar here, they'll probably trade. So based on that, I think they will load the oarsmen actually. Because the 5, I feel like it might just get sunk anyway. If they load the oarsmen and they find the altar here, they could sacrifice their lesser crew. They're less useful anyway. The explorer and the oarsmen, they could sacrifice those to the altar. Actually, they might load. I think they can manage to load a 5. Let me think about this with the free transfer rules. If they load a 5, then they could, they can load. So per my house rule on the abandoned crew thing, they can load the oarsmen and then immediately flip it face up so it doesn't take up cargo space, and then load the 5 into that spot that is now free because he doesn't take up cargo space. So that's part of the house rule on being able to, I don't think this really applies to the house rule. Because as soon as they load the oarsman, they need to use his ability to not take up space, so that they can load that other coin. So, okay. So then they would be full. So they would leave that last 5 there, and because they don't want to drop. They don't want to drop any of their other crew. They don't want to drop the helmsman for the coin, because they're going to need it to get to this next island. So, yeah. So the problem with their setup right now is they were not within 1 move action of a whirlpool. So if they were, like if Hai Peng had been able to reach this whirlpool with 1 action, well, even I don't think they would have done that anyway. Because even if they do that, to go to like a safer island, like that one or that one, that Hyena probably can't get to, the dragon could still reach Hai Peng. And the other problem with that is they need both actions to explore 1 island. But here, they can Hidden Cove and then explore 2 islands. Hidden Cove is really the only way they can explore 2 islands on the first turn here. So if they use 1 action to go through the whirlpool, they only have 1 left for them to move and explore wherever they end up on the other side. So, all right. So not a bad island, just not good enough for how fast they need to take control of this game. So they're going to hope to find the altar here. And if they don't, I'm pretty sure they should trade and take the risk, because if they don't, I think they're going to get, I think Hai Peng's going to sink basically. Whether or not Hyena gets a double action, they'll probably give it to Angelica because of her cargo wrecking ability, but one of these 2 would be able to hit Hai Peng over here. But she can't get to another island right now. Because if she could go through the whirlpool and end up here, but then she's done. That's her second action. There's no way to explore this island or that island if she whirlpools towards them. So even though this takes her closer to the enemy, the dragon makes that pretty much irrelevant, because Angelica can catch her no matter what on the second half of this first round. So they're going to go LS, and then they're going to reveal their helmsman and probably dock as far away as possible. It's not going to matter much. They can dock right there. So they have to reveal their helmsman to do that. So pop that up on the deck plate, and now they're going to explore this other island. And okay, so Hai Peng is exploring this next island as well. So we'll go grab a token right there. All right, here we go. Oh, they found it. And natives. Okay. Okay, crazy. All right, this is cataclysmic. So this is huge. They got a 4 at the altar and natives. So before they would place any face up, they can trade. So they're gonna get rid of those natives for sure. So and this is perfect because they know this is a 5. So they're gonna trade with that island. And basically that way they can put the natives on an island that doesn't have any coins on it. So they're gonna trade the natives there, and then they have to load this 5. That's actually really important. They're gonna have to dump their helmsman to load it. But they're not too concerned with that. So, because they have to load it in order to complete the ability. So, okay. So they're going to trade for the 5. Now, on the order of operations, let me just make sure. Let me just make sure in the code I'm getting this right. So page 62 of the Pirate Code has explore action order of operations. So looked at all of them, traded one, reveal all unique treasures unless they can be loaded face down, load all revealed face up. Altar will not be loaded, of course, because it stays on the island. Apply the effects of all revealed, and okay, and then we'll load the non-unique treasure. So I don't think it matters too much the order of operations here. Theoretically, it says apply the effects of any face-up UTs. I think alter the Loa, I think they would trigger that after the explore action ends. So I believe they have to load this 5 and make room for it by dumping the helmsman on the island as part of the explore action in order to complete the explore action first. And now the altar is face up on the island. The explore action is now over. Now they're going to immediately sacrifice their explorer and the abandoned oarsman that they just found. They're going to sacrifice those to the altar to control the enemy fleet and their actions on the next turn. And now, as a free action, with the free transfer rule, they're going to load the helmsman back onto Hai Peng. So, unfortunately, I don't think they can load that 4, because if they had dropped Black Bart during the explore action, I don't think they would be able to trade. I'm gonna make a note about that as a rules question. If dropping the island treasure trading crew nullifies the trade, does dropping island ITT crew during explore nullify trade? Okay. Anyway, but I think it would cause problems. So I think they're not gonna risk that. And either way, Hai Peng has 10 gold on board, which is still pretty good. They just want to they do want to find their 6 that they contributed. They know it's on one of these 2 other islands, so maybe they'll find it next turn or something. So, and that was the action that Patagonia donated to the Hai Peng. So Micron, okay, yeah, so I'll reveal Micron, of course, then the fleet premature would be there. So or that while they really did, this was not part of the +5 selection. So now Bloody Jewel gets her action. She'll reveal her helmsman. No surprises there. She's got the same crew setup as last game. So now she's racing out to the island. So she'll probably get Micron next turn. So to try to make sure they maintain control of the enemy fleet. So there's no point. It's not faster to whirlpool to that island. So she'll need 2 actions next turn to get there. But once she does, they'll control the enemy fleet for rounds 2 and 3 as well. So right now this looks perfect for Ultra Abuse. The only question is, can they get enough gold home before they run out of sack crew? And I think they'll be able to. So because they're going to have 3 full rounds of control, because they just sacked. So that's going to take care of round 1, and then it's going to be too hard for the enemy to come back from this. I'm pretty sure. This is just disgusting. This is what happens. Ultra Abuse goes first, and if the treasure distribution is decent, it's very hard to stop them. Because you can't play the game. You can't combat them. You basically can't play. So they're going to deny the enemy fleet from ever showing up at the table for this very important game 3, or essentially game 3 rubber match of the semifinals. So it's a brutal fleet, especially if you're going second. But okay, so enough talk about that. I'll end their turn. I guess I'll pause it for the rolls on the other fleet's turn for the volcanoes, so we'll just do that. So the Dragon fleet, they can roll for the Isles of Fire. So we'll go clockwise, go in the north, nothing, go to the next one. Okay, so middle Isle of Fire roll could be the game right here. And that's another example of why this game comes down to luck a lot of times. So especially between like these very highly competitive fleets. So if they roll, we're gonna go 1 through 3 for this coin, which Ultra Abuse, they know it's a 4, and then 4 through 6, Ultra the Loa. So whichever coin gets eliminated, in this Isle of Fire roll. So because it says randomly, so we'll include both in that selection. So use the red die because kill that UPS is rolling. So see what happens here. So Altar of the Loa is eliminated, and that's going to free up the actions of the enemy fleet. So that's probably going to determine the entire game. So that's why this is kind of just feels like a big wash. Because if they didn't get that roll, I would say they're pretty much almost guaranteed to lose because they wouldn't have a turn for any of the first 3 rounds. But because that happened, they're probably going to win the game. So it's kind of just feels like kind of a wash at this point, but oh well. So I'm going to get going quickly with them. So Angelica is going to fly right here basically and slam the High Peng. So because now the High Peng, she sacrificed for nothing. So this is another potential disagreement I have with the rules. It does limit the Altar of the Loa and how powerful it can be, but it feels a little weird that you can sack crew to it to try to trigger it, and then it gets eliminated after the fact, and that you don't get the effect. So whatever. Trying to minimize house rules for the most part for this tournament, so we'll just play it that way. But anyway, so we're gonna go black for 3 S's, white for 3L, red for 2L, shooting Angelica, shooting at High Peng. So only 1 hit, and so I'll take out a mast. They will choose to eliminate a cargo and Alter Abuse. They feel like they need the speed really bad, so they're actually gonna toss one of their 5 coins overboard. So that one gets eliminated, and so that was Micron's action given to Angelica. Now Hyena gets her action. So she's going to reveal her helmsman, and she's going to move 3S here. 1, 2, 3. Trying to close in on the enemy fleet. No shots in range, so they're going to end their turn. They're going to end their turn right there. And Isles of Fire. We're going to go clockwise again. So nothing there. Now we'll roll for the one the High Peng is docked at. Nothing. Roll for that one. Nothing there. Okay. So High Peng, she's got a 5 on board. Problem is they got to get 11 more to win. So she's probably going to go through the whirlpool and then explore one of these other islands. I don't think she wants to go to the Isle of Fire, the other one up here, because she's probably just going to lose coins doing that. Or at least she doesn't know if those coins are going to stay there. I guess she could go there on purpose as a result before those coins, because that might have the, you know what, that's probably a better idea, because that might have the 6, and then she could get that. And then maybe, I'm trying to think, I wish there was a way to trade safely with this island and get a good coin there, so Bloody Jewel could pick up a coin easily, but the problem is she'd get natives in return, so it's not the best idea. They know this is a 4, but I don't think exploring that's going to help them much to grab it. High Peng does have a card space open now, so that's good at least. So she's basically trying to load that 6 if she can find it. So yeah, so she could shoot twice at Angelica, but that's not going to do much. Yeah, because then Hyena's going to get her at that point. So she'll use her first action, go through this whirlpool, and let me see if she needs it actually. She might be able to get to that island without the whirlpool, which would be good. Because either way, she's going to need 2 actions to explore either of the 2 remaining wild islands that they have not explored. So let me see. So I think she could probably get there with her extreme speed. She's going to try going L this way first, measuring from port bow. And then I think she can get under the wing here. Oh yeah, she'll be good. That's LS. During her first action, LS. And then second action comes over here, LS. And then she's actually gonna come in pretty much straight here. So she's gonna come right here. Yeah, they probably want to dock here first because the Isle of Fire might start eliminating. There's a 6 it could have already eliminated, but hopefully they'll find it. At least that's what they're thinking. They'd like to win on 3 coins, 655, but they know at 5 just went out of the game, so they have to hope that there's another one somewhere. So they're gonna explore this Isle of Fire in the northwest, and they find wolves, maps of Alexandria, and 2 5s. So not too bad. They'll trade the wolves out, and they'll trade it with that 4 that they found, so it's not random essentially. So they'll trade the wolves. So now they know plague. If the enemy included plague, it's probably in the southwest, or if they included it, it would have to be. So they have to load that 4. So load that. Technically, they would load at the end of the explore action, but anyway. Maps of Alexandria is now revealed. So the 5s are face up, and now the enemy fleet gets to see that wolves and natives make these 2 islands worthless, basically. And then in the southwest, we have all UTs. So Plague, Marksman's Map, Pirate Globe, Karmic Idol. And then we remove Maps of Alexandria from the game. And so high peng, so in terms of path to victory, it's really tight. Basically, there's only 4 coins worth value. So now there's no 6. So that confirms that the face down coin eliminated in an Isle of Fire, I think it was the first one eliminated. I think it was when this one erupted on the first round. It took out, like before any actions were assigned, that must have taken out the 6 because it's not here. So, so High Peng, her cargo hold is full. She's got 5-4 aboard. The problem is to get 16, there's no way to get 16 with 3 coins. So they need all 4. They need both of those, which would total 19. Even if they got 3 5s, that's not more than half. So they're gonna somehow try to get all 4 coins home, or suicide by the time they have a gold lead. But the problem is they need to establish a lead somehow, which is gonna be tough with the dragon flying around. They don't have any gold on their home island, so let me think about this. So Bloody Jewel, there's not much point in going to the southwest. You could use the idol to wipe the negative ETs, but they're not really causing problems. The other thing is this volcano could erupt and make it impossible to get more than half the starting gold. So I think Bloody Jewel is probably gonna go head to that island. If she comes through here, she won't be able to be shot at by Hyena unless Hyena gets a second action. So Bloody Jewel is gonna head towards these 5s and roll for whirlpool damage. So safe from that. And that's probably pretty much all they can do. So yeah, that was 3 actions. I don't see Hai Peng able to do anything else. I guess Hai Peng, she could have, if we go back to her explore action, she could unload the helmsman for a 5. Problem is that might make it just even harder to get home. Let's see, so L, S. No, she needs the helmsman, but she can't get to this whirlpool. Let's try this other one. She could get to this one, as long as she maneuvers properly. That's a tight one. I think if she moves from the starboard bow, she could get there, but I think she'll keep her helmsman though. So either way, she might just get sunk right now anyway. So yeah, I think that's probably the best they can do. They can't build a fort or anything. So all right, and then it's the enemy fleet. It's gonna go slam Hai Peng again. I think the Angelica gonna go off her starboard side here and open fire. So 4 cannons shooting again. So 2L, 3L, 3S, the black ones. So okay, so it's like only 1 hit again. So the 2L missed, the 3L missed, and only one for 4 again. But the problem is that dismass Hai Peng makes her derelict because she already sacrificed her oarsmen for nothing earlier in the game, and they'll choose to eliminate a cargo with that hit. So Hai Peng, she'll toss a 5, I guess, or she'll toss. Well, they choose what to eliminate. They could toss a 4. It's ugly. This is interesting because she could throw away a crew, or one of these coins, I don't think she wants to throw away she wants to keep the 4, because if they split that, it'll be 2-2 on gold. I think she'll toss the 5 overboard, because if she gets sunk next turn, the treasure will be split in favor of the dragon fleet. So she'd rather discard the odd numbered coin. So, all right. And I think I forgot to roll. For Isles of Fire. So let's go clockwise again, rolling for the dragon fleet. Volcano eruptions. Go for 2. Okay, third one erupts, and natives gets knocked out of the game. So that's the only treasure left there. And okay. So now they've got Hyena with 1 action. So they're basically just trying to win on units in play from an elimination tie here. So they're just going to keep coming after the enemy here and try to knock out their last ships. So I think they'll probably be able to. Yeah, it's going to be ugly. Okay, so let's see. I guess Bloody Jewel, she could load a bunch of gold this turn. I think that'll do it for the other fleet. Now go to Isles of Fire as part of the Ultra Abuse turn. Going clockwise, nothing there. See if the wolves get knocked out. Nothing. All right, no treasure there, so we'll not bother rolling. And so Hai Peng is derelict. She does have a couple crew and a coin aboard. She could dump those and use them if Bloody Jewel picks something up, but I don't know if there's much point. The good thing is Bloody Jewel, she does have 2 actions. So the key is, can she get through? I don't think it's going to matter much. Looks like she can get to the island, explore it, and then I'm pretty sure she'll have just enough movement to get to the whirlpool. It's really close, but I think she'll be able to make it work. Maybe not quite. Whatever, we'll see what happens when I get there. So if she doesn't, she'll probably shoot it Angelica, I think. They just know they need gold because they're about to get sunk. So they need to establish a gold lead so that if the enemy sinks all their ships, the treasure split doesn't benefit them. And then they might just get eliminated but still be ahead on gold. So Bloody Jewel, yeah, there's no real point in going to the southwest. There's no good coins there. Yeah, it's pretty obvious, but she might as well too. We'll dock, come in at LSS. He will reveal her Explorer. Bloody Jewel will. And actually before that happened, I'm going to have Hai Peng explore the island again. And she's going to dump her 4, I think. Let me think. Yeah, because Bloody Jewel will have 3 cargo. Yeah. Yeah, she's going to... Hai Peng explores the island, dumps her 4 on the island. So now the other fleet sees what that is. And Master Alexandria says Treasure in Wildlands face up for the rest of the game. And now Bloody Jewel comes in, and she's going to dump an oarsman on the island. Oh, actually, yeah, she's going to use her free transfer rules, put an oarsman here. It's then loaded by Hai Peng. Of course, Hai Peng already explored, so she's not going to get Micron, so she won't get another action. At least I don't think so. That's actually an interesting one. The problem is Hai Peng can only move. She can fly when she's only got an oarsman and Captain Helson. She could theoretically, if she got Micron, she could move SLS because she still has the 2 bonuses. Problem is that's actually not going to get her to this whirlpool anyway, and she wouldn't be able to carry as much coinage that way. So, okay. Bloody Jewel, she dumps her oarsman via the free transfer rules. She would load these coins before Hai Peng picks it up because I got to resolve the full explore action. But anyway, I was just thinking ahead. So Bloody Jewel, now that her second oarsman is face up, she's got, and she only has 1 aboard. She has 3 cargo spaces open, so she can load all 3 of these. So she loads 14 total gold, which is all the gold left in the game right now. And now she's going to get Micron's, or the Patagonia's action, basically to try to move home through this whirlpool. Gotta get Angelica out of the way here. I don't think she could make it though. It didn't even look like it when I was looking at it. So let's see here. Angelica is totally in the way. And yeah, she doesn't, her hull doesn't, yeah. Her hull does not touch the whirlpool. So she can't get there. She probably doesn't want to move there then. Then Hyena can just hit her. Yeah, the problem is they don't have any UPS ability to transport gold home, to teleport it home. So, like I said, she might just shoot at Angelica then. Just to try to weaken her. Because if she moves away up here, even if she's out of the Hyena's like one action move and shooting range, like total range basically, which is actually gonna be tough. So Hyena has triple S and then a 3S at the bow. So it would just take her away from the whirlpool a little bit. So I think she should actually just shoot at Angelica with Micron's second action. Could use Micron on Hai Peng, but she doesn't have any gold aboard. She's not gonna. She's more easily sunk as well. At least if they shoot at Angelica, if they hit, they give Bloody Jewel a better chance of getting home with some kind of gold aboard. So she's got a 3S and a 3L. So we'll just roll those here. Shooting at Angelica, Bloody Jewel, both miss. So nothing there. And they'll end their turn. Only one Isle of Fire is left. So we'll roll for that. Or left with coins on it, I should say. So it's a 1, so the wolves stay alive. And now we're gonna see full wrath of Angelica once again, and she is due to hit more often. So she's got, yep, that one's in range. All 4 are already in range. So that's the problem with those misses. Now she's gonna get lit up. So I think it was worth a shot, because she would get hit by Angelica right now anyway, because the other fleet's Micron. So at least if she had hit both times, then Angelica misses both of these, that would be kind of interesting. But I think it's going to end here for the most part. So Angelica is going to light her up and take out as many masts as possible. Might as well shoot to sink, still get the treasure split, and they can get the unison play tiebreaker. So Angelica, same type of thing, 4 shots on Bloody Jewel now. So, and yeah, now she's due. She was due for some shots to hit. So she does manage to sink. So those are the 3s that hit, and another, or a 2L, 3L, and a 3S all hit. So 3 hits, takes out the Bloody Jewel. They will choose to, I don't think it matters, cargo. They'll choose to eliminate cargo. And so the enemy fleets, they're gonna choose to, actually, I should have rolled individually, but I think they'll choose to eliminate cargo on, actually, none of them. They're actually going to choose not to eliminate cargo, because if they do, they could choose 2. Basically, this treasure is going to be split 7-7. So, so if they choose to eliminate cargo, they might eliminate all of it and not get any gold. I guess it wouldn't matter either way, because they're going to get the units in play tiebreaker, even if it's a tied gold score. So it's not going to matter much either way. So they're going to choose not to eliminate cargo, so all 6 of it goes down with the Bloody Jewel. And now we've got Angelica can actually shoot again. So she's going to go for another round, trying to sink Hai Peng. So she takes her out, and that destroys Hai Peng. And okay, so Hyena can get in action as well. So now there's no gold, and I think I'm gonna pretty much call it, because turn, I'm gonna pause it. I think it's safe to call it, because the only hope for the enemy fleet is for Patagonia to now basically sink all 3 of the enemy ships. so that's not gonna happen, because there's no home island rating. Right now the score is 7-7, but there's no gold worth value still remaining in play. So Patagonia can't go out and explore and get a treasure and bring it back. She never would get back anyway, because the enemy is just going to sink her as soon as she leaves the home island. But since there's no gold worth value remaining in play anyway, or at least on Wild Islands, and she can't. She said there's no way. I know for a fact there's no way in play right now for her to raid the enemy home island, which she also wouldn't get away with anyway. So she basically has to sink the entire enemy fleet in order for the Alter Abuse fleet to win. So we'll pretend she goes SOA just to make sure Angelica doesn't go like 0 for 100. We're just gonna do the little roll here. So that would be 2 hits, which would sink the ship. So that's what would happen on that next round. And that would actually give Bradley's +1 would go to the enemy fleet. They were going to win on units in play anyway, but now with that last turn of the game, they would win 8-7 with the ransom going to their home island for that 1 gold payout. So kill that UPS. Congratulations. They've won 8-7 in this rubber match, game 4, essentially like a game 3 deciding game. And they go on to the finals to face HMS GT UPS. So pretty interesting game. It really just came down to that Isle of Fire roll. So obviously the treasure distribution favored Ultra Abuse. So the Isle of Fire getting that roll killed that UPS. It saved their game. The way it worked out was that Ultra Abuse had the advantages in everything else. So they went first. They got the terrain roll they wanted. So the entire meta was in favor of them, like the island terrain meta. They had the advantage there. And then they also did not find 2 negatives at either of the first 2 islands. They didn't find like plague and natives or anything. So that was good. And or wolves and natives or something like that, where they would have to trade away one but then deal with the other one. So they were able to find the altar on the first turn and sacrifice crew to it. But then that Isle of Fire, that was the ultimate, it equalized the advantages that Ultra Abuse had with the luck. So, and that basically nullified their ability to use the altar. Immediately goes out of play and they can't use it, even if they've already sacrificed per Wolf's ruling. And as a result, Kill That UPS was able to easily dispatch their fleet and win pretty much with a combat victory. They did win on gold too, but basically able to just crush them. So I think it's an interesting matchup. I think this is it really feels like just a total luck fest. I feel like the series was interesting and good, but it was informative. I would say just a little bit disappointing because then the fleets are so imbalanced here too. Like you basically have a fleet that basically just wins out if they get the altar and maintain control of it, or you've got the other fleet that just destroys the other fleet and doesn't even bother trying to get treasure. So it's kind of a weird like luck fest where both fleets are kind of at either end of an extreme. So then whoever gets a better luck draw wins. In this case, it was kind of funky. It was a little bit of more of a seesaw where Ultra Abuse had all the luck at first, but then that Isle of Fire roll, that was huge. So I initially forgot. Initially, the altar was like blocked by the high paying sails. That's why I initially forgot to roll for it. But once it was down to that 4 or the altar being eliminated that island, and then I rolled for the altar to be eliminated. So if that roll, that was a 6 roll. So it was a 4 through 6 for altar on the right, and then 1 through 3, the 4 would have been eliminated. So if I had rolled, if I had rolled slightly differently, gotten a 1 or something, or if I had just rolled a little bit farther, the game would be different. The result would be different, and then there would be a different fleet in the finals. So, and we'll see in the finals if Kill That UPS can beat HMS GT UPS or not. I think I will probably play HMS GT UPS against Ultra Abuse at least once. I don't know that I'll do a 3-game set, but I might just do that out of curiosity. I think that would also come down to just luck, but whatever. So in this game, Ultra Abuse had the luck at first, and then that Alta Fire was basically like almost like an Uno reverse card. It's like a reversal of the luck. As soon as the altar goes out, enemy fleet was able to catch him and crush him. So yeah, Angelica with Micron is disgusting because it doesn't matter. Movement doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where the enemy ship is on the board. You don't need speed. You just have unlimited speed, basically. So it's just a matter of whether or not you can control the enemy or not. So that's the way it works out. So like I said, I think this series would have gone the other way if that Isle of Fire roll had not been a 6, and then Ultra Abuse would have moved on. But I think that's a good reason not to play more games, honestly, is because if I play again, we could just get the same result, or we could get a very similar result where the Isle of Fire doesn't take out Alter the Loa or whatever. It's just going to be a luck seesaw, I think, from here on out. And I think this series kind of demonstrates these fleets are relatively evenly matched. So I think it comes down to die rolls more than anything else, and the treasure distribution. So those two factors, I think, would determine most of these matchups. So I think they're both good fleets, and they both have pretty intense strengths. I think Alter is just they're a little bit too luck dependent because they need to find the Alter early, at least in this matchup. Against another treasure fleet, I think they'd have a better chance because they wouldn't be guaranteed to get like wiped off the map within a round or two if they don't find it. Like they might have additional chances to explore and find it, but in this case, the dragon is looming, and the hyena is pretty dangerous as well. So unless they find it early, they just get crushed and decimated. So overall, it was an interesting series. I think pretty informative. Definitely demonstrates how much the luck game really matters, both with the distribution and the rolls, whether it's the early game rolls or in game with the Isles of Fire in this case. So thanks for watching. This was a penultimate game, or the last game, I mean, of the series. So we'll see in the next game, we'll see Kill That UPS take on HMS GT UPS in the finals of T3. So thanks again for checking this out, and feel free to comment what you think of the fleets and the series in the comments below. We'll be back for more games, and I hope you stay tuned for the final matchup.